Standard 3 Subject English. Topic: I'd like to be a lighthouse. Now children, look at the picture on the left of your screen. A tall majestic tower with beams of light flashing. This is what is known as a lighthouse. Now what are lighthouses? Today if you go to the seashore, you won't find many lighthouses. Lighthouses were used in the olden times when sea traveling by ships was more, and communication systems like radios or telephones or mobiles or internet or satellite was not there. The lighthouse used to give the signals to the ship. Usually the lighthouses were built on the seashore, that is, on the bank of the sea. And at night, especially at night, it was used to navigate. Navigators give the direction to the ships which were moving on the sea. This lighthouse, or the warning signals, or the lights from the flashes of light from the lighthouse, would give the ships an idea or an indication that yes, there was land nearby. And usually the lighthouse house was built at a height where there were rocks, so the ships would be careful not to dash against the rocks. The lighthouses were useful especially for ships when they were moving in the dark. Nowadays, with modern systems of communication like radio signals and internet and mobile phones, we don't see these lighthouses. But lighthouses look very beautiful. They are wonderful structures on the seashore. So let us see what the poem is all about. Today we are learning a poem, I'd like to be a lighthouse. I'd like to be a lighthouse, all scrubbed and painted white. I'd like to be a lighthouse and stay awake all night to keep my eye on everything that sails my patch of sea. I'd like to be a lighthouse with the ships all watching me. Now here the child is imagining. Many times we imagine that we wish we were not human beings. I wish I was a butterfly. I wish I was a fairy. I wish I was a tree. I wish I was a flower. I wish I was an eagle. Yes or no? Many times we wish that we were not what we are. So here this little boy or girl, this little child is wishing that I'd like to be a lighthouse. Now there are reasons that the child is giving for this wish. Why does he wish to be a lighthouse, or why does she wish to be a lighthouse? See what is given in the first 4 lines. I'd like to be a lighthouse, all scrubbed and painted white. Scrub means nicely washed and clean. Scrubbed and painted white. Why do you think lighthouses are painted white? Yes, because they can be easily noticeable in the dark by the ships in the sea. I'd like to be a lighthouse and stay awake all night. Now here comes the real fun. like to be a lighthouse and staying awake all night, because it is mainly in the night that the lighthouse does its work of signaling the ships by flashing lights. So this little boy or girl wants to stay awake at night and become a lighthouse for that. Now see what else the boy is saying or the girl is saying. To keep my eye on everything that sails my patch of sea. Now he doesn't want or she doesn't want to be a lighthouse and stay awake just to have fun. She wants to do some work. To keep my eye on everything. That means to watch everything. Keep an eye on means watch, look. So to keep an eye on everything, to watch everything that sails my patch of sea, that sails or moves on the sea in front of me. My patch means the portion that is in front of me. So the lighthouse will keep a watch on everything that is moving in the sea in front of it. I'd like to be a lighthouse with the ships all watching me. And here comes the final line. I'd like to be a lighthouse because all the ships will be watching the lighthouse. Why do you think the ships will be watching the lighthouse? Yes, for signal. The lighthouse will signal, will help to navigate. Navigate means to move, give direction. And with the flashes of light, the ships will get an idea of if there is any danger, how to move, which direction to move. Okay, so the lighthouse is doing something important. It is guiding the ships in the sea at night. Now see here below in that pink portion of your pink box, after the poem is given the information about a lighthouse. Let us read and understand that. A lighthouse is a tower, building, or tall structure on the seashore. From the lighthouse, big beams of flashes of light are thrown out. These beams help ships at sea to navigate. Navigate is to move in a direction, to find their way across the sea. They can tell the ships that there is a port nearby. Port means where the ships come and stay. It is safe to go near the port, or that there are dangerous rocks under the sea, etc. In days of old, modern means of communication like radio, mobile phones, internet were not available to people. Therefore, the warning signals of the lighthouse were very useful to ships. In today's age of radio, TV, the internet, satellite services, many other facilities are available to ships and even aeroplanes when they travel across the sea or sky. Nowadays, lighthouses are not very useful, and that is why they are not made anymore. Lighthouses were made in olden days, so that ships would get the signal and know how to move, where to move across the sea, whether there is any danger by the lights flashing from the lighthouse, especially at night. The ships would be given guidance. The ships would be guided where to stop, if there is a port, if there are rocks under the sea, be careful. That kind of signals would be sent by the lighthouse. So that is why the little child wants to be of use. to the ships at sea, and that is why the title, I'd like to be a lighthouse. So shall we read the poem again? Okay, let's start. I'd like to be a lighthouse, all scrubbed and painted white. I'd like to be a lighthouse and stay awake all night to keep my eye on everything that sails my patch of sea. I'd like to be a lighthouse with the ships all watching me. Now children, like how we do in every poem, I would like you to find the rhyming words in the poem. There are not many, but there are a few. So find the pairs of rhyming words in the poem and learn the poem well, memorize it with action and expression. Thank you. Have a nice day.